Specifically, I want to talk about an important project that I've seen a lot of hype and a lot of YouTubers talking about the good side of it and sugarcoating the whole project itself. And I want to talk about its pros and cons that I see with the project, and if, in my opinion, the project can be sustainable for 1, 2, or 3 years. But without any further ado, let's get started with our daily Bible verse here. Okay, so let's start with the verse. It says, "On the last and greatest day of the festival, Jesus stood and said in a loud voice, 'Let anyone who is thirsty come to me and drink.'" It's by John 7:37. Wow, that is an amazing verse, and I truly think that I needed this verse for me today. And just truly understand the meaning of this verse, take it today and reflect on it and see what God is truly trying to tell you and trying to give you the message of. See, today, if you're going to work, if you're about to sleep, or if you're about to start your day, truly reflect on this verse and see and try to connect with God and try to see what truly is the message behind this amazing verse. Okay, guys? All right, so let's get started with the video. So drip. Okay, so I've actually wanted to do a video. I wanted to do this video as the first one in my YouTube channel because I wanted to spread awareness of the pros and cons that I see with this project, because I see a lot of cons in this project, and I just wanted to give out my opinions. And it's fine if you wanted to continue with the project, go ahead. But I just want people to understand, since I was in similar projects like these and I have been rug pulled, I don't want other people to fall into the same scenario as I did. So, okay, Drip Network. So let's first take a look at its price. So, the 1 month, it has been rising. I feel like it risen quite well, and I see a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers and a lot of investors coming in, which is a good thing. Okay, don't get me wrong. I see that the chart looks healthy. We rise, slowly, but then I feel like with everything that they have, the sustainability of it can work out. Okay, don't get me wrong. So if you don't know, when you're buying drip, there's a tax fee. Okay, there's a tax that's applied when you sell and when you buy. And as you see here, buy drip, the amount that you buy is in the BNB, so it's in the BNB wallet, and the BNB also tokenomics. So we have a slip tolerance here of a 3%. And so the reason why I have a lot of red flags in this is because I feel like a lot of YouTubers will put this out and talk about this project because there's a referral link where there's a team behind it, and if you're building a team, you're getting a commission off of other people that are joining. And I feel like there's a Ponzi scheme going on here with the project. How, okay, so if I connect with the investor and tell somebody else new that's new to the project to come in and wanted to join my team, we're both reflecting on that. We're both gaining. But what happens if the new investors stop coming in and it dries out? What happens then? But that's one thing that I see with the project. And so I just want to talk about, I have an article here that I want to talk about what is an understanding what is a Ponzi scheme, okay? Because as we see here, it's offering to return 1% daily. And I've been with a lot of investors and a lot of investment companies, okay? And if they're offering a specific thing each day and it's not like fluctuating, and they're guaranteeing you to get that percentage each day, that's a huge fact for me because nothing is guaranteed, no matter what happens. And but at least they're being honest, okay? At least they're being honest with the slippage tolerance and how they're making their money, the tax fee, and everything else. So that's something that I like about the project. And I wanted to talk about why the price has been rising slowly and the project has been continuing to go. Is because there's a utility behind this amazing project. Okay, so as we can see here, they have a manor farm, which I will make another video about maybe in the next one or several days after. But they have a manor farm where you're using your drip balance and your drip tokens, that if you don't want a compound, you can use it here. And as you see, drip BUSD LP tokens can be acquired tax free by sending BUSD. So it's good that they're able to have something to reflect upon the drip network and trying to grow it as well. As we see here, we have pools. So they have something, they have a utility behind their project. which is something that I see it's amazing. And the reason why I think the project can keep going is because there's a utility behind it. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I feel like the project can sustain itself, but I have to say the red flags that I see in it. So as we see here, okay, we'll go back to the understanding what Ponzi scheme is. So a Ponzi scheme is an investment fraud in which clients are promised a large profit at little to no risk. So I want to understand what is the risk in the project because that's not something I'm familiar with. I don't understand what's the risk in it. You're putting in the your money and then you're getting the money back. Okay, so if you're when you put the that's something I have to say as well. When you're putting a balance and you're putting so let's say you're buying or swapping a faucet. So you're putting the money and it's locked for 365 days. It's like you can't take your money out. Okay, so it's locked in there. And some things that you can keep in mind is that these the collateral and everything you can compound after the one day that you get your money back, you several money of your back, which is 1%. You can compound that, but just keep in mind that your balance is locked in, and that's something that I don't like. So your balance is locked in, and you're getting 1% on your money, which you can compound, or if you decide you can just leave it there, or you can take it to the manor farm and compound from there. But I just feel like there's a little of a Ponzi tokenomics in it, and that's the reason why I feel like I'm not going to be getting into the project, and I'm not going to be referring my referral link since that's not something I'm in, and it wouldn't be right for me to refer it. So I have other projects that I've spoken about which I do like, but specifically for this one, I feel like there's a lot of red flags. And so let's also talk about the origins of the Ponzi scheme. If you're not familiar with it, Ponzi scheme was coined after there was somebody called Charles Ponzi, which happened in 1920, and it was he basically referred people and the first investors to come in would benefit. And as we can see here, I mean, I don't mind if you got into the project at like $7, $8, you're probably profiting really well right now, and you're recommending it to other people so the project can keep going. Okay, so just have that in the back of your mind. And also, something I want to talk about is who is the founder. I'm not like we don't see a face behind them. Like who is behind this project? That's something that I need to have in the back of my mind when I'm reviewing a project, and I want to see who's behind it. I want to see a face behind it. I want to know how trustworthy is the person, because if I make a project and I leave it out there and I don't have my face behind it, I'm not gonna get affected if I rug pull or if something bad happens to the project. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So it's you have to have a face behind it so that your recognition can be on the line if you decide to do something bad to it. Okay, so that's something that I also wanted to talk about. And I found a Medium post here that I truly did like. Uh, I'm not gonna, accept everything that it says on it, but I just want to talk about some of the things that it says here, and I do agree with it. Okay, so it says here, let's take a minute to figure out if it's worth to invest in this project that promises an APR to 365. So what are the risks and how truthful is it? Okay, so that's something that you have to keep in the back of your mind. So first, go to CoinMarketCap and find the token from the search menu. Okay, so if we just go to the Drip network here in the CoinMarketCap, and let's say we wanted to find their Twitter, which give me 1 second. Twitter. Okay, yeah, community. All right. So we find the community here. I don't know who's behind the project. Like I have no, like it's not telling me the user or the CEO of the company. Like as I spoke with about Strongblock and Yield Nodes before, we know who's behind the project. We have a Musk CEO, David Musk, and he goes on AMAs and we know who's behind it. Like his recognition is behind the project. So that's something that that's why I'm comfortable talking about Strongblock and comfortable talking about Yield Nodes, because the owners go out there and actually show their face and talk about the project. Don't get me wrong, they're pretty active. They come on here, they talk about, they're making new adjustments. They're coming out with new projects as well. So I feel like the sustainability could be there, but we just have to be, in the reality side. We have to keep ourselves in check, because I have been parts of similar projects to these, and I have been burned, and I just want to go on here and talk about it. And also, if I can just help out one person, that would mean the world to me, because I don't want them to go to the same scenario as I did. and it sucked, okay, because I did my research on a similar project and it ended up rug pulling. And I just want you to be, have it in the back of your mind. What is a Ponzi scheme? Which I do see some things going on here that are a bit Ponzi-nimics, okay? So just have that in the back of your mind. But I also want to talk about, I see the website here. It's a bit flashy. It's like I like everything that's going on here. It's really well done, and it could force, and not force, but like it would recommend the investor to be like, oh, I really like this project, and it's like it's working on our emotional side. If I take a look at this project, the first thing, oh look, there's bubbles in the back. It's like it's so good to the eyes. Let's talk. I'm gonna talk about Robinhood. Okay, so Robinhood is a broker, which there's different brokers that I could talk about, but specifically Robinhood is more of, it looks more as a game. Like when you're investing, they have the color scheme and everything into it, so that it forces you to like think that your money is not really your money. You're just in it and you're playing a game. So I feel like that's what's going on here. It has a lot of colors, a lot of drip, a lot of colors, and a lot of things to like play with your emotion side. Okay, so that's why I feel like you have to take that in accountability. Don't just go into the project with your emotions. Think about it as you're putting in your hard-earned money, and you need to be aware of everything. Look at the good side and the bad side, okay? Reflect on both sides and truly understand how are they making the money? Is 1% really sustainable as they say it is? And just have that in the back of your mind, okay, guys? And I want to talk about the white paper. So here we have the introducing drip, like I said, flashy colors, and I like it, but we have to be true with ourselves, okay? So as we see here, drip can be deposited into drip's faucet contract to provide a consistent, see this word right here, consistent. I don't like that. I don't like the consistent daily reward. Like, is this sustainable? And I feel like, in my opinion, and the things that I cover here today, I don't think that will be sustainable once new investors stop coming in. But if they do keep having utilities behind the project, it could keep going for maybe 1, 2, 3 years. No one knows, in crypto especially, no one knows if that's gonna happen. But one thing that I do like about the drip, okay, so I talked about the cons of the drip, but I actually want to talk about some pros. Okay, they do have a tax behind it, and that's the thing that I like. Okay, so if I'm going into drip, I will be taxed to buying, and I will be taxed to selling. And I do believe that's why the reason of the project growing, slowly but steady, is because if I'm making a profit, I don't want to sell. I would rather just compound or take it to the manor farm and make more money out of it. Okay, so you see that tokenomics behind it. I would rather do that than sell and get taxed. I want to use an example. Okay, let's say I'm going to the grocery market and I'm buying fruits, or I'm buying cereal, or I'm buying anything. I bought it. I'm comfortable with it. I'm good to go. Okay, I go back home and I don't want it. And I go back, and they told me that if in order for me to return it, I would be taxed on it. I would definitely say no. I would be like, okay, I'll keep it. No worries. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's why I feel like in this scenario here, it's not forcing you, but it's trying to help out the community, that the little guy who gets on in here. They're trying to help out them by by thinking to the investors that there will be growth to keep going, and that people will keep compounding and keep using their utility. But you have to ask yourself, when is this gonna stop? When are people gonna be comfortable depositing and compounding? You have to ask yourself that, because there's other projects that will be coming out each day. And what if everybody, somebody who got in here and want to take out their money? And what if someone doesn't want to keep compounding? Just have that in the back of your mind, okay? When you're researching a project, understand who's behind the project. Is the price sustainable? Anything that offers you a guaranteed price, I promise you, there's something behind of it, okay? So have that in the back of your mind, guys, when you're researching the project and thinking about it. But let me know in the comments below, guys, if you are in this project, and let me know if there's things that I didn't cover. I spoken a little bit about the Drip Network white paper. I didn't get in depth into it, but I'll maybe do another video and talk about some of his transactions and the tax pools that are converted into drip network, and specifically talk about the whole white paper itself. I'll just do a video about the white paper and talk about it for others that are not in the project yet or want to get into the project. But like I said, I will not be putting my referral link into it because I am personally not in the project. And I will not be in the project. I have other projects that I've spoken about already, which I feel like are better. Tokenomics and everything behind it is much better. The referral system is not like this. Okay, I don't have to build a team. Like I just find the word team in this drip network. I don't like the scene of it at all. Like I'm building a team, you come join me, we keep building, I'm the old investor, you're the new investor. Then the new investor goes out and tries to get another investor. It keeps going. And I believe that's the whole thing about Ponzi tokenomics. It keeps going and like everything might seem well right now, but you have to have the reality of what happens in a year. If it dries out, if the new investors dry out, what happens then? How is the project going to be sustainable? With yield nodes, they only have a referral process of 5%, and that's it. There's no teams, ins or out. There's nothing like that. And they're transparent about this. And that's why I love yield nodes so much because they don't have they don't have any referral system where you're building a team and you're trying to grow out your team and you're trying to gain new investors. Like if I'm in the project, my main point is, oh, I'll keep making videos about drip so I can get a referral team. But I don't want to do that because that's not right. I'm not in this project. Why would I do that? And I don't truly like. There's people that might disagree with me, and that's fine. I love criticism. I love people helping me out and everything. But I just don't see this as sustaining itself in 2 3 years. And that's with many projects as well. But I would rather be in a low risk project than something that I see a lot of red flags in. And just let me know in the comments below, guys, if I covered everything that you wanted me to, or if there's things that I should have covered as well. I'll do another video and talk about these things. I'll specifically talk about the white paper, like I said. But without any further ado, guys, if you liked the video and found any value in it, please like, subscribe, and hit the thumbs notification to be alerted when I make new videos. That's all I ask for. I just want to be on here and help. If it's one person, just one person, take some advice from me and help out the community as well and build a great community here. So that's all I ask for, guys. And without any further ado, stay tuned to the next one and stay blessed.